How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Will I be able to ask you a couple questions?
Well, I guess so.
Okay. It's for my YouTube channel. Are you okay being in my video?
Alright.
Alright, great. I'm Jake.
Hi, Jake.
Nice to meet you. Are you local in Gettysburg?
I am.
Great. Would you, actually, I got another mic here. Would you want to talk into the mic?
Alright.
That way it's a little better for everyone to hear. So my first question I'm asking everyone is, how do you feel about animals?
I like wild animals.
Yeah, wild animals?
Sure.
Yeah, that's the first thing that came to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any pets?
I do not at this point.
So why do you like wild animals? Like, why was that the first thing that popped in your head?
Because they're part of our ecosystem.
Right. So would you say that animals are here with us or for us?
With us.
All animals or just like the wild animals?
Actually, all animals.
Right. So how do you feel about animal abuse? Would you say that you're against animal abuse?
Of course.
Like all forms of animal abuse?
Yes.
So now we get into some of the farm animals. How do you
Right.
how do you think we treat the farm animals? Do you think there's any abuse in that industry?
Absolutely.
So do you participate in that industry? Do you buy animal products?
I do, but I try to always get free range. And I buy, like most of the things I buy, almost all the things I buy are local. So I get
Right.
them from farmers that I know that
Yeah.
that don't have. I mean, it's like not the mass food lots. You
Sure,
know,
sure.
like the babies are born on their farm and they're out in the grass, or the chickens, or all of that.
Right. Yeah, that's nice. Like to think that they're doing things more humanely and taking better care of them during their
Right.
life. But do you think when we look at the whole process, we're bringing them into existence just for our benefit, and then we might take care of them nice during their life, but then
Right.
at the end of their life, we're also just killing them at a fraction of their life, and we're only considering our benefit most of the time. We're not really considering their benefit. So do you think that's moral, even if we treat them better during their life, that we kind of still using them just for our benefit?
It's probably not moral, but historically, I mean, people have been fishing forever, and people have been, like having milk cows and cattle and sheep, all those things. It's probably not moral,
Yeah.
but I think also the way that we consume it is it's over the top. Like
Right.
you don't need to have all of that meat like every single day.
Right,
You
yeah.
don't. It's like in days of yore, that used to be a feast.
Yeah.
And I think a chicken in every pot, that was on Sundays, and it was for the rest of the week.
Right.
It's hard to be moral about. I mean, I understand what you're saying, and it's probably not moral to do it in
Right.
that way.
Right.
The way
So
we do it.
So I think back in the day when we were evolving as a species, like we had to hunt and we had to fish just to support our population growing, and we didn't have all the technology that we have today.
Right.
So nowadays we don't have to forage for our food or hunt for our food. We can just go to the grocery store. So we have those
Right.
options. Would you be open to like learning more about just a plant-based diet and possibly other aspects of your life too that would align your morals with your actions?
Sure. I mean, we eat vegetarian a fair amount,
Right.
so
So
I'm on the way.
right, yeah, and that's I like to say that's not as bad, right? Because in the dairy and the egg industry, they still exploit the animal,
Mhm.
and in the factory farms, they still kill animals as
yeah.
part of the standard process, even especially the babies. So the male cows aren't really worth anything in the dairy industry. So they kill the male cows right away, and same with the male chickens
Right.
in the egg industry. So even when you're a vegetarian, you're not supporting that direct meat, but you're still supporting the oppression of the animals and that unnecessary suffering. So have you heard of like living vegan?
I've heard. I mean, I know of it. That's all.
Right. So what would be the definition of living vegan to you?
Well, you're consuming things that are plant-based and not animal-based.
Right. So it's the diet. That's what most people think. It's just the diet, but like I was saying before, it includes other aspects of your life too. So it could be like clothing and animal tested products.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to say living vegan is a stance against that animal oppression. So it includes the diet, the plant-based diet, and all the other things too. So it sounds like that's what you want to do, like, right? So I got a kind of a hard question now. How many more animals should be oppressed for you before you make that change from being less bad to actually aligning your morals and
that's
your
a hard
actions?
question to answer,
Yeah.
of course. So, and I'm going to need to wrap this up because I have some errands I have to do.
Yeah, sure. Would I just be able to give you share a little bit more information with you here? You could take one of these if you want one of these. I was just getting them set up. And then if you want to take a picture, this is my YouTube channel, so you can watch back the conversation. And these are different films that will teach you more about living vegan and what happens in the industry. And some of them are more about your health. The bottom one's about religion. So I'm not sure if you're religious, but that is pretty interesting.
I would say, we're not still on. We're not still
I can stop it if you want. Yeah.